that I got married at 18. And this is basically a story about how I met my husband. So, I met my husband, I was like 18. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Today's video, it's a part two from my previous video about getting to know me. And I was recently speaking to my friend, she's in South Africa right now. I was talking to her and she sent me a message about a few months ago telling me how one of my other friends is married, I'm married, and we are literally countries apart. Like, one of my other friends got married and she's staying, I think, in Switzerland. Yeah, she got married, and then my friend was like telling me she also wants to get married. She also wants someone in her life, and it just got me thinking. When I got married, and so that's the story I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I said in my previous video that I got married at 18. And this is basically a story about how I met my husband. So I met my husband, I was like 18. I was home one day with that friend, my friend. We were at home, and one of my friends who stay close to me, she got married. She was getting married that day. I think it was 2015. No, in the month of November, she got married, and her mother asked my mother to come help with the wedding. They just had a wedding at home that day, so my mother, just being who she is, she went over. It was literally like a neighbor, so she just went over to that house, and they like had a home wedding, like inside the house, just close family, a small ceremony. Anyways, I wanted to take my best friend to this wedding since we were invited, but they only let us know that day that you can come over, can eat some nice food and whatever. But since my best friend didn't really know her, it would have been uncomfortable to be at a wedding and you don't even know the person. So I told my mother, it's fine, you go alone. I'm going to stay here since my friend is with me at my house. We're just going to spend the day, and I'm sure the neighbor will understand. Anyway, so when my mother got back, she was telling me, I met this Muslim man, and he was very nice. He didn't know anyone there because he was like the only Muslim there. And when he saw my mother, they bonded quickly because he had no one else to talk to. Everyone was Christian there, so he only felt comfortable around my mother. Anyways, so my mother came home. She was like, yeah, I spoke to this guy and I really like him for you, and he wants your number. And she's like, she didn't remember my number, but she said she wants your number and he's going to send someone to come get the number. And I was thinking to myself, this lady is crazy because I'm not really interested in anyone. Like, I don't even care who they are. My mind was not there. I wasn't even looking at anyone's direction, so I didn't really care. But he did send someone, and I was like thinking, I don't want to get my number because I'm not in the mood to get to know anyone. But I gave it anyways because I didn't want to be rude. And so the same night he added me on WhatsApp, and we were talking for that whole day, just getting to know each other. And my mindset with just talking to him was just like, okay, I'm just gonna talk to him, get to know him. It probably won't go anywhere because I wasn't really interested. So I was like, I'm just gonna talk to be polite and see where it goes. And so the first few weeks we were talking, and um, nothing really happened. We were just getting to know each other until one day he said he wanted to meet me, and we met. We met at we met at McDonald's. So yeah, that's like the craving, and I will eat McDonald's any day. So I didn't mind to go at McDonald's, but because and that time I wasn't like wearing my hijab religiously, so I was thinking, this guy is very respectful and whatever. So I'm just gonna wear my hijab and just to be a bit respectful because this is the first time he's meeting me. And yeah, and so when I got there, my best friend at the time, she was helping me get ready, and she was like so surprised, like, are you really going on this date and whatever? And she was like helping me with the outfit I was gonna wear, and she was just laying there on my bed while we were getting ready, and she told me what to wear and how to do the makeup and all that stuff because, like I said, my mind wasn't really in that. So I went to McDonald's to meet him up, and I was a bit nervous because I was like, I don't I don't really know how he looked. I can't even remember if we sent each other pictures of how he looked, but I went to McDonald's, and when I met him, it was weird because like it's weird to have someone be so like happy to see you and to be so like how can I say, like, I don't know, maybe pleased with how I looked or just who he was meeting and whatever. And I was also surprised at how nervous he was. Like, I've never met a man like who's nervous to meet someone. Like, and at the time I was like 18, and I think he was 24. Yeah, I think he was 24 at the time. And I was like, why is this guy so nervous? And like, he couldn't sit still, and he was just sweating and smiling all the time. I was thinking, oh my word. I found it actually so cute that he was so nervous to meet me. Like, I tell everyone, like, whenever someone asks me, how did you meet your husband? I would tell them, like, the first time I met him, how nervous he was, how sweaty he was, and all that. But yeah, the first time we met, it went really good. Like, we were both happy with each other. And that night I went home and I told my mother about our interaction and whatever. And still, I didn't think it was going to go anywhere. I was just thinking, I'm just going to meet this guy. We're just going to talk and whatever. And as time goes on, we will both move on and whatever. But then he said the next time he wants to meet me, he prepared a big lunch. And obviously, I took my mother with for the second time around we met. And we had this like really big lunch that he prepared for us. It was a very nice day, and my mother, she was pleased with him. I was so surprised, like with the way he went out with the food, and like he had like a whole table just decked out with food. And I was thinking, I felt like, oh man, this is a bit too much. Like, I've never gotten such kind of attention, but I was really happy and I was pleased with how the day went. And then we met a few weeks after that as well, and one day my mother, she said she wanted to talk to me, and she said, so where do you guys see this going? Because like you guys are meeting up a few times and you're not really saying anything if you like him or and whatever. And I was like, honestly, I don't know until I speak to him. And then after that conversation with my mother, I spoke to him and I asked him what is it that he wants, what is he looking for, and what does he want for his future and where does he see this going, because I wasn't so sure about myself as well. So I wanted to know what he felt and think. And he was like, he definitely wants to get married, and we literally planned a wedding in a week, but it was just like a nikah and also something at home. Like we didn't want to spend a lot of money on a big day just for it to last one day. And so yes, after I spoke to him, he literally came to my parents' house and they were talking. They asked for permission and all that, and that was like the Monday where they spoke about where we want us to go, and and then the Friday was like literally the wedding. I went to school that day. I remember I went to school that day and my mother was like, go to school, I'm gonna prepare the house, I'm gonna make the house nice, I'm gonna have like a beautiful table for you. Also, I had a cupcake stand instead of cake, like a wedding cake, because I was thinking, me and my mother was thinking, we probably not gonna eat of that cake, so rather have like a big cupcake stand, and then when you're passing out the food or sending the people off, my mother put like cupcakes in each of their parcel that they left with. So yeah, that was the day, the 11th of March 2016. We did the nikah, but I went to school and everyone was like, oh, you at school, you're getting married and you're just sitting here in class doing your homework, like nothing is about to happen. And honestly, I was like so calm, like I had no nerves. I had no like I know some people, they get nauseous on their wedding day, and some people are just like shaking, and I was just mellow on that day. I was cool, calm, and collected. Like I was just taking this as I go, and when I got home, I saw how my mother decorated the house, and I was surprised about how she decorated the whole house, how she got all of these things prepared the way she did. And I remember even that day that I went, she told me that the flowers wasn't enough, so I literally went to the mall that day as well. Came straight home from school, and I went home that day around 12:30. I got home and my mother's like, you need to go buy more flowers because this is not enough. And so basically that was for my bouquet. So I just went to the mall and I went to go buy like red roses because everything was like white. My mother had all the decorations was just like white. So I thought, make a pop of color and buy red roses. So I bought like a dozen of red roses and my mother made a nice bouquet out of it. And then I got dressed that day myself. I did my own makeup and I was just sitting there waiting for him. And then when he came from the mosque, they were still asking me, "Are you nervous?" and whatever. And I was like, "Can these people relax? Like, I'm fine. Stop asking me if I'm nervous." And then the moment like he stepped in the house, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like now, I just wanna run and hide because now it's like all the attention is on us. And he was obviously like when my husband gets nervous or like feels or too much attention on him, he sweats. So yeah, he was again like, and everyone was taking pictures of us, and I was like, "This is so weird. This is too much attention." And that's what made me so nervous. And but it was a beautiful day. Like maybe my husband can insert some pictures, and I'm not sure if we have clips because that day like we had someone take videos and pictures of us on a camera, but honestly what happened after that was like a blur. So yes, we had a beautiful wedding. Like I enjoyed myself. I was literally just nervous for that time when came and he saw me and all that. That was when I felt like, okay, this is now real, this is like happening and whatever. But it was like a very peaceful day. Like literally nothing went wrong. I wasn't stressed out at all because my mother, she took over everything, so I didn't have to worry about nothing. I just had to sit there and look pretty. That's all I had to do. I didn't do anything. So yeah, and it's been like we're going in for 8 years this year. So I would like when my friend told me like, oh, she wants to get married also, since all of our friend groups are married. And I was like telling her that when she meets someone, like if you are like comfortable around that person, like you just feel like yourself, you feel relaxed, you just like feel like you can sink into a couch around that person. I'm sure then it's probably like, then it's time, like, okay, I want to get married to this person. And especially also with how you feel, like if you can see yourself spending the rest of your life with this person, then go for it also. And I'm always watching these TikTok videos about like when you find a husband. I was telling her also that you need to like find someone that, like, especially for Muslim ladies, like when you want to get married to someone, like I even tell my sister-in-law, it's like if you want to get married to someone, like you need to know basically like what does he want, like what does he approve of in his life, and what does he like just not accept at all, because you need to both be on the same level with each other. Like, because if you just go into a marriage and you're thinking like, it's fine, if he is the way he is, he will change along the way, and he will learn to accept the habits that he doesn't like of me, and vice. it honestly it honestly doesn't work that way, like unless the person is willing to compromise with you. Because like that is the most important. That's like what could like make or break your marriage. Like you really, like you should think like, okay, I'm willing to change this and that for this person because they are worth it. I have no problem with quitting this habits, quitting that habits, doing this, doing that for that person. Like that's like really compromising. So yes, it's literally been 8 years, and I've definitely grown. Like one of my friends also from South Africa, literally messaged me this morning, and he was like, "Oh, you've become so confident in the woman that you are. You seem more sure of yourself, and because he was watching my TikTok videos and my YouTube, and he was like, "You are so different, and your man is so much more than what it was." And I was literally telling him I've grown, like, and I believe also that sometimes your partner can have an impact on that. Like sometimes your partner can make you stronger, can make you more confident, can make you more sure of yourself. Like just the way they are, it will literally reflect on you. So you will literally be feeding off their confidence as well, because they are so sure of themselves, and they're so sure of the relationship that it makes you just automatically feel the same way. And it was so nice to hear that, because he was like, "You used to be so shy," and like, and I was someone like, I wanted to be picked last for orals, like to do the presentation in front of the classroom. Like I wanted to be lost, and even when I was lost, I didn't feel ready at all. Like I wanted to avoid it at all cost. And he was like, "It's so nice, like the woman you become." And I have to say that definitely on like age, and also my relationship with my family, with my partner, just in general, like it changed me. And I would say it's like for the better, because I was a very emotional person. Like I was someone that I would used to just cry, and like I know, like, and there's people that will say, crying doesn't always help, and like, but I was a super emotional person. So like whenever something hurts me, or when I don't agree with something, I would cry and just distance myself totally from that situation or that person. But um being with my husband changed that. Like I became stronger, like I started to face things more instead of just crying or distancing myself. And I thought to myself that I am better than this, so I don't always need to run away from it. So yes, that's basically all I have to say for today. And I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something from it. And for those who are newly married, who's getting married, or who's engaged, and whatever, I want to say congratulations to you and good luck on your future. And that's it. So please like, comment, and click the link. Click the icon so that you get notified whenever I upload. And I will see you again in my next video. Alaikum salam.